confession time. I fell in to the comfortability trap. I know. That sneaky bastard, that silver-tongued devil caught me. It got me. It caught me off guard. And that, let's be honest here, that's how it gets you. That it just sneaks in bit by bit by bit. It starts with that little thing of like, it's only, an extra set. It's only an extra 5 minutes. It's only, an extra treat. It's only whatever, insert. It starts fucking small. It starts with these tiny little micro decisions that don't feel like much. They really don't. And you're like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's really not going to have that much of an impact on me. And I usually find the worst ones are when people won't even notice. They're in situations where no one will know. No one will ever fucking know. Those are the ones where it ramps up the, propaganda in your mind, that little bitch voice in your head chirping away at you, really ramps up hard because, well, there are no consequences to not giving it everything. There are no consequences to not going all fucking in. Like, no one's going to ever know but you. No one will ever know but you. And I find these especially when it comes to the workouts, when it comes to the weighted walks, when it comes to that real deep precision on the nutrition. Because, well, first of all, as we've discussed many times, most of the time people don't actually give two flying fucks about you. They're not actually paying that much attention to you, so they're not going to notice if you do it anyway. But on the second side of it is, if you are showing up and ticking the box, well, most people aren't going to look any harder than that. You showing up and ticking the box has already put you probably in the top 5% of the population. But that's not what we're here to fuck with. We're not here to fuck around with aiming for the top 5%. We want to be the top 1%. We want to be the best version we can be. We're demanding fucking greatness of ourselves. Not for you, not to have a good body, not to have a good physique, but for your family, for those who love and adore you, for your wife, your children, for all those who believe in you. That's why we're fucking here. But it starts with those little micro decisions that are really easy to, well, choose the easy way out, to take the gentle road, to just not quite give it your all. And as I said, it's a comfortability trap where that resistance, that voice of resistance speaks the perfect language. It's a silver-tongued devil. Like, I come back to that. It's a silver-tongued devil because, well, it's you. So it knows all your trigger points. It knows all the things that are really gonna hit you in the feelings to make you go, yeah, it'll be okay. And I caught myself on it. I fell into that comfortability trap. And it was when it came to my training. And I had to pull the ripcord on this so fucking hard because this is how I got caught last time. And I learned from it. I don't claim to never make mistakes. All I claim is that I at least learn from my fucking mistakes. But I learned from it. And what happened last time was that it started like that. It started with these little things of like, oh, that's good enough. As I said to you before, the worst fucking phrase in the English language. Good enough. That's good enough. You're doing good. You're still better than most. You're still fitter, stronger, healthier than most. But we're not trying to compare to mediocrity. We're not trying to compare to average. We're trying to compare to our greatness. We're demanding greatness of ourselves. And that needs to be fucking reflected in the choices that we make. But anyway, so when it came to my workouts, I was just doing the reps. Like, I wasn't pushing to the absolute limits. Yeah, I was lifting heavy, I was working hard, but to be honest, I'd get to the end of each workout and be like, did I do anything? Did I even work? Like, not that soreness is the definition of a great workout. Not that being beaten into the ground is how you quantify if you worked hard or if the workout was good. Hell, it's not even if you got up a sweat or anything. None of those are actual quantifiable measures of how good the workout was. But I was just ticking the box. Like, I wasn't giving it everything on that mental capacity. And that's so much more of this than the physical. The physical is a nice fucking byproduct, but the fitness, the discipline, the training, the exercise and nutrition is about what's up here. It's what's between your ears. That's what we're actually fucking focusing on. That's what we're actually building out. That's what we're actually trying to develop and become the greatest version of yourself. You got to demand greatness up here first before you can get anything else. And when you can develop greatness in that aspect, then the rest becomes easier. Then the rest flows. Then the rest becomes plausible and doable. But I wasn't. I got comfortable. I was good at the workouts. I'm good at lifting weights. I've been lifting weights for a very long time. And yeah, I was just showing up. You know, I was following the reps and I was like, 6 to 8. Okay, if I hit 8, I increase the weights. But like, I wasn't pushing it. I don't know how else to explain it, but like, if you've been in the gym and you know what it's like, and you're like, do I have one more? No, I reached my 8 and that's good enough. No, you need to fucking annihilate it. You need to make sure that there is absolutely nothing left in that tank. That last set is a grind fest, that you are squeezing out every fucking morsel of strength you have, that you are pushing it to the absolute 9th degree, the 10th degree, I don't know how far the degrees go, but whatever it is, to the maximal level of effort that you can. You are squeezing and pushing and driving, and there is nothing fucking left. That is the point. That is what we want. And it's also how you're going to get better fucking results in the gym. Because despite what it appears and despite how people want to perceive it, the actual point of the workout to lifting the weights, whatever rep scheme you decide to use, and look, you can go on TikTok and you can go on Instagram and you can watch the 10,000 gym bros, and I'd probably be classified in that as well, argue all the different things on how science-based or feeling or old school or new school or whatever the fuck you want to be. But at the end of the day, the point is to push your muscles to failure. The quicker you can get to that point, the better off it is, but that's the whole fucking point. That you are absolutely smoking the shit out of your muscles and pushing them to failure. The more failure you can get out of it, the more results you're going to get in terms of muscle building. That is a really oversimplified explanation of it, but it'll do its job. So if you're not grinding that out, if you're just going, well, it said 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, job done. You might get a little bit of mechanical tension, you might get a little bit of growth due to moving it, but not much, not fucking much. And I got comfortable in it. And I'm not ashamed to say that I was humbled by other people, and like, not even meeting them, just by watching other people. And, you know, people like TNF on TikTok, and what's his name? Luca something. I feel really bad, but another guy. And these guys have fantastic physiques, like truly incredible physiques. And they kept reminding me of the intensity level. And we've spoken about intensity and consistency, that these are the things that will, you know, determine whether you succeed or not. And their level of intensity, the way they ground out those reps, the way they pushed to failure was so much greater than my own, like so far above my own, it was astronomical. And I had to keep watching it. I had to keep getting humbled and keep getting humbled and keep getting humbled. And it's part of why I firmly believe that you need a coach. You need someone in your corner. You need people to train with. You need people to call you out on your fucking shit. I had to get humbled by watching videos of other people. And, you know, who knows how long I would have continued down that path if I hadn't have had A, stumbled across that, and B, had enough self-awareness to be humbled by it and go, shit, I'm leaving so much on the table. And so I cranked up the intensity again. I am fucking grinding out reps. I am pushing it to the limits. I am absolutely maxing that shit out. And lo and behold, in like a 6-week span, suddenly all my lifts went up astronomically. Suddenly I'm getting much better development again in the muscles. Suddenly I'm seeing bigger changes in my muscle shape and size and how lean I'm getting with all of this. Just from cranking up the intensity again. That's all I changed, because you know what I do. I'm consistent as fuck. We're 400 days in. I don't fucking miss. But I increased the intensity. I increased how hard I was fucking cranking out those sets. And to the point where I'm now running into the problem of, well, what weights am I going to use? And that's not an egotistical thing. That's a fact. In my gym, the dumbbells only go to 40 kilos. For bench, I'm very comfortably repping out the 40s now. So I'm going to have to move to a bar, which is a less preferred method for bench due to range of motion and things like that. But this is the problem with this, that if you don't, have enough accountability for yourself, a high enough standard for yourself, and I would say I'd have both, someone there to hold you accountable to the standard, to push you further, to keep pushing you forward with that stuff, well, shit all's going to change. Like, that's just the reality of it, that shit all is going to change, that you're just going to slip into the comfortability trap, and then sooner rather than later, you'll be like, how the fuck did I end up here? Because it's a slippery fucking slope. It starts with, that's good enough. Oh, well, maybe I don't really need to do that workout today. Oh, maybe I don't need to go for that walk today. Oh, maybe one whiskey won't hurt. One pizza, one night off, one thing here, then it's 2, then it's 3, and then it's a week, and then you're like, holy fuck, all that effort, all of that time, money, intensity, consistency is for naught. Like, I'm back to the start. I'm back to where I was. Or worse yet, you're worse off than you were. All because you let the comfortability trap sneak in and just like a fucking parasite just wormed its way in. And once it took hold, it's like, wham! Now you're fucked. I'm going to show my age here a little bit, but it's like a Gould from Stargate. Once it's in there, it takes over, and you aren't you anymore. You aren't that man who is, well, demanding greatness of yourself. You're just letting that parasite of comfort control who you are. And that's a really, really fucking dangerous game to play. Because once it's taken hold, once it's set up base, and it's in there, and it's fucking happening, and it's chilling, the chances of you getting that shit out of you is so low, because it's so much harder to remove it once it's established base. So if you've successfully done it, if you've managed on anything, on any fucking level, to make progress towards breaking out of mediocrity, to make progress towards demanding greatness of yourself, don't let the comfort parasite wiggle its way back into your life, because it'll learn the ways to sabotage you, and it'll become harder again to break free of it. Don't let it in. You know, it's the same as like actual parasites. There's the thing that some people's sugar cravings are actually parasites. And when you stop consuming sugars and processed carbs, what happens is they start releasing chemicals into you that makes you crave it. And that's why it's, as they're dying, because that's what they live off. And it's why it's so incredibly uncomfortable to detox off sugar and processed carbs like that, because you actually have parasites within you that are just feeding off that. And that's why some people really, really struggle with it. It's the same for the comfortability crisis. It's the same fucking thing, that you are gonna struggle with it. It's gonna throw everything it has at it. And every time you let it slip back to the start, every time you let it take a foothold again, it has learnt the lessons from the previous experience when you defeated it, and it's stronger and it's better equipped to disarm you and to combat that. And you just have to keep showing up. You have to not let the comfortability derail you from, well, demanding your greatness, from the life that you know that you are meant to have. This is an ongoing and ever-evolving process. This isn't going to just be, well, I did it and I feel great and fantastic and I'm good now. And no, you have to keep catching yourself. You have to keep making sure that you don't settle, that you have to keep making sure that you don't go, well, that was good enough. Because you'll get caught out otherwise. You will. 100% you will get caught out. As I said, it nearly got me. Well, it did get me. Just thankfully I caught it soon enough that it didn't fully stop me, that it didn't fully derail me. I had enough of a wake-up call again to get back into it and continue to keep driving towards my highest level. Because this is what it's about. This is how we push forward. This is how we progress towards being the greatest version of ourselves. That we have to keep tackling comfortability. That we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the only thing we can ever be comfortable with, is being fucking uncomfortable and pushing ourselves to the limit of, well, who we can be and should be. You know, there is always more to be gained. There is always more to be done. You can always keep leveling up and pushing your levels. And once you feel like you've accomplished enough in one area, never good enough, just enough, you can switch the focus to another area. You don't stop, you don't settle, you keep grinding out on that area, but you can switch the main focus to a different area. But especially with health and fitness, the sky's the fucking limit on that. Depends on what your goals are, but you can continue to be fitter, stronger, healthier, especially as you get older. It's the one I keep coming back to. I am 33 years old, and I am in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. And I plan to make 34 years old, make 33 look like dog shit, and so on and so forth for the rest of my life. Is that a feasible option? Is that actually doable? I don't fucking know, but I'd rather aim for that shit than be like, I'm in my 30s, it just is now, it is what it is. We all get fat and old and our bodies ache and it hurts and we just can't do shit. No, fuck no. Aging is a choice on that factor. That is you accepting the comfortability, that is you accepting the narrative that has been thrust upon us, that as we get older we just get fat and deconditioned and that's just part of life. No, that is a fucking choice. That is a decision that you make. You can either wake up every morning and fucking tackle life and make sure that you take it by the throat and you dominate the shit out of it. Or you can accept that it's going to dominate the shit out of you. That you just can't do shit you want to do in your life anymore. That you are just sad and unable to compete with things. And that's the example that you're going to set for your children. And that's the standard you set with your wife. That you are just, this is who you are because life. No, you have a fucking choice. You have a choice about what goes in your mouth. You have a choice about how hard you work. You have a choice about the exercises that you do. You have a choice about how you show up in this fucking life. None of it is just, that's it. Done deal. We have to accept this. No, it's a choice. You show up and you make fucking decisions about who you're going to be and how you're going to show up. After that, the chips may fall where they fall, but you have to at least show the fuck up and give it everything. You have to control the things that you can control, your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. You are in control of those things. Fucking act like it. Act like the gift it is. That if you have even a remotely functioning body, that you have been blessed beyond all measure. That if you have the capacity to work out, to eat well, to look after yourself, which pretty much everyone does, especially if you are here listening to me through some form of technology, there's a good fucking chance you have in some format access to the stuff you need. So act like it. You have been blessed. You've been blessed to be born into this time. Even just this time. Like, I was having this conversation with someone the other day. Like, when I opened my gym 13 years ago, right? I was the first place in New South Wales to have, that in my area, to have kettlebells. Nobody had seen them before. That wasn't a thing. Now you buy them from Big W and Kmart. We used to have to special order protein off sites or go to the special supplement stores to get them. Now you buy them from Coles and Woolies. Eating protein was considered a weird fucking thing, and a lot of those protein powders taste like fucking ass. Like, it was disgusting. Like, if you didn't throw up, you were winning at life. Like, that's how bad a lot of those protein powders used to be. Now you have the most incredible protein bars and options like this. The level of accessibility that is here now is astronomical. When I was coming up and I was playing basketball, if you were good, maybe you got onto a rep team and then you'd train once a week with the rep team. And if you were really good and your parents were financially well off, you'd get someone to come out and coach you. Now for like $3 a month, I can on my phone have, Steph Curry's personal coach train me on how to work on my shot. I can have Steph Curry himself through masterclass teach me how to perfect my shot. Never in history have we had more availability and access to become the greatest version of ourselves, and we are just choosing to fucking waste it. We just piss it away watching reels and TikToks and on shit that doesn't matter. We are wasting our time. We have fallen into the comfortability trap. So break fucking free. Stop accepting average and start demanding greatness of yourself. I don't know how much more clearer I can make it. And if you're ready for that and you don't know where the fuck to start, well, you do. Click the link in my bio. Let's start with my Demanding Greatness 6-week challenge and fucking start changing your life. Start doing whatever is required to make sure you are the greatest version of yourself. Start demanding greatness in the physical component and see who you can become on the other side. See what happens when you go all fucking in on yourself and you demand greatness. You'll be shocked at where you will end up. So that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it spoke to you, because I know if you can demand greatness of yourself, if you can stop settling for mediocrity, if you can stop falling into the comfort trap, that there is so much on the other side that is going to change your life. So that's all I have for you. Until then.